It's your boy Will Trevino, the Legal Bandit. Today we're gonna be chilling with my main man Vic from VS Exclusive. Yo, this man's been keeping me fresh since I was 16 years old. Come with me to learn more about his story. Yo, what's good, my G? How you been, Vic?
I'm well, Will. I'm well, man. We're here.
We've known each other for a very long time. I think we first met when I was like 16, 17 years old.
Yeah.
You had your shop at the first floor of a home structure here in East Elmhurst. I want us to explore the VS Exclusive story, right? How did the VS Exclusive barbershop idea begin?
As a kid, I'm like 13 years old, you know. I'm like a freshman in junior high, and I want to look good now, you know. It's like, yo, what's going on? Like, girls and, you know, going out a little bit more. Mom's giving me a little more permission. So it's like, all right. I go to this barbershop, start getting haircuts there, and I start seeing this gentleman, my barber, you know, he starts cutting my hair. And this dude is like, he's everywhere, man, everywhere. And everywhere, you know, I go, you know, he was just around, dude. He was just that guy. So besides that, he has like his friends in the back, you know, playing dominoes, TV, music, you know, movies. See him one day, he'll be, you know, fully dressed up, you know, then he wear a tie, and then he wear some jeans. And I was like, you know what, man, this is how you work. This is what I would love to do. From there, man, it was that, I guess that seed was planted, you know?
And so did you immediately, from that seed, did you immediately go into your barbershop idea?
No. Not at all. I started cutting my own hair. A year later, I started cutting my boys' hair.
Okay.
So I did it, let's say for 4 years. I stopped, you know, at the age of 17. And I decided to, you know, just start working. A lot of things happened. I turned away. I met my wife.
Okay.
Had a baby. I was working for a company called I Mine, you know, it was good at the time, but now I have a family. You know, I'm getting paid like $750 like every 2 weeks. So New York for me wasn't happening, man. I couldn't do it. It was just too much. I started looking for more jobs opportunities. What happens to be I found something within the same company, but moving to Kissimmee, but with the same pay. So at the time, you know, Kissimmee, like, it's very affordable. All right, this is a move. Changed my insurance, car insurance. So everything in my apartment, right?
Gone.
Yeah, I'm out. I'm out of New York, man. I'm ready to go. I'm flying out Saturday morning, and my friend calls me. Brother, the plane just landed. Everybody came out. Where are you?
Yeah.
I was like,
you missed your flight?
I missed my flight, bro. And I decided, you know, like, Pops, I'm gonna hit the park for a little bit because I'm too stressed. Once I'm walking, right, I see the store, the house store, right?
The house store.
The house store.
Let's call it the house store.
I'm like, oh man, big ass for rent sign. I'm like, this was just a spot like a week or two, whatever. I keep on walking, walk back to the same map, and I saw it again. Take out my phone, I make the phone call, bro. I'm like, can I see it? It's like, I'm right here. It's like, all right, if you wait for me, I'll be there around 30 minutes. My mom pulls up, my wife pulls up, and I'm there, right? I'm like, looking at the store, man. I'm just going forward, like, and say, what are you trying to do here? I'm like, Mom, I'm 24 hour with Dali. Oh my God, forget about it. We'll do it here. We'll make it. He goes like, why don't you just follow your dreams, man? You always wanted to be a barber. Why don't you just open up the barbershop? I'm like, Mom, barbershop.
It clicked.
Mom, open up a bar. Mom, the barbershop. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna open up the barbershop. Mr. Terry pulls up. Landlord, like, how you doing? Let's go see it. I went inside, bro. That was it.
VS Exclusive was born.
Boom.
That's crazy that you had plans to do this and life just said, nope.
No.
Right? So now you get the opportunity to do what you want to do, right? Your passion and everything like that. So who were one of the first barbers that came under the VS Exclusive team?
I'll go hit up one of my boys. And I was like, wow, man, I'm really looking for barbers, bro. If you know any, you want to let me know. He's like, Vic, I know this guy from the neighborhood. He's like right around there. Like, He's one of my clients, but he cuts at home. So I'm working on the shop, right? I'm hammering shit down, painting, whatever. I got my whole family helping me out. All I know is I see this car pull up. Two gentlemen pop out of the car. Yo, they look like rappers, dogs, like tall ass dudes, dressed up crazy. So they pull up and they're like, "Hi, I'm looking for Victor." I'm like, he's like, "Hi, I'm Leo." I'm like, "What's up, Leo?" And then he goes like, Aunt sent me for the barbershop. And then he starts saying, that's all he said. So he starts looking around all the shop. He's just looking, looking at everything. He's like, you know what? I like it. This is what we're gonna do. From the 60s to 100, from Astoria Boulevard to Northern Boulevard, it is all ours. I didn't even need to know how he cut hair. That confident, bro. You know what I mean? That light was it. That's when I was like, wow, we made it.
Yeah. And so rest in peace to Big Leo, right? To Leo, he left before his time, you know what I'm saying? He left us a little early.
Way before his time.
And ironically enough, right, I get brought to VS Exclusive to meet you so you can cut my hair. But then you're busy. And you're like, the only other chair available? And Leo's like, I got you next if you down. I was like, Vic came highly recommended, I don't know. I was like, all right, let me give Leo, all right, fine. Leo cut my hair and I was like, yo, this is fire, yo. And Leo was my barber for many years. Right. I would come and say what up to you, but Leo was my barber. I ended up with Leo. And then when Leo got too busy with his fashion and things that he was doing, then that's when I went to you, and then you became my barber, right? And so, because the schedules just wouldn't align. So it's very ironic how I came here for you, stuck with Leo. Thankfully, I got stuck with Leo, it was a pleasure. And then you ended up being my barber. So that many years later. So that's very ironic, right? And so shout out to Big Leo, mad respect for him. He was a visionary. We know that for sure, Yeah. With that being said, what is VS Exclusive known for? What do you guys do best? Yeah, you cut hair, so you do what? Shape-ups, beards, what else?
Mainly what every barbershop is the basics, you know what I mean? We cut hair and we do all those type of haircuts. But as you can see, I feel like you and I are an example of why is VS Exclusive. Building the actual relationship with our people. Actually caring and listening to our people. I feel like that's what makes the difference. First client ever at VS Exclusive Cuts, I'm still taking care of him.
Nice.
Since 2004. That's what it is. Actually caring. Start as a client and now become friends. And after so long, it's like we're family. I feel like that has been the part of our success. Actually caring for our people, listening.
You do that a lot. I can attest to that, right? We always giving each other ideas whenever I'm at the chair, you cutting my hair, we're always exchanging ideas, giving you suggestions, you giving me suggestions about life, right? We have all these discussions about life, so all that's been greatly appreciated. I appreciate you for always making me look good to feel good, right? Ever since high school, really,
Right.
You've seen me grow.
Absolutely.
Since 16 and now I'm 34. You've seen me since I was only thinking about going to law school, wanting to be an attorney.
Right.
And you've seen all that progression throughout the many years. So thank you for all that.
I've seen the process.
Yeah. It's my understanding that you have some questions about legal topics. So what is it that you have in mind?
I'm kind of interested in general information on a nonprofit.
First things first, I don't do nonprofits, but I do preventive law, right? As you know, nonprofit is such a particularized area that you need to hire a nonprofit attorney to really walk you through all the requirements that you need, because there's a lot of requirements and a lot of regulations that nonprofits need to comply with in order for them to be legally healthy, right? A nonprofit, essentially, in my opinion, is a business. The only difference is that the profits stay inside the company. They never leave. So Whereas in a business, right, if you have multiple owners or partners or whatever, and you have profits at the end of the year or whatever, you're able to like take from the profits.
Right.
Nonprofits, you can't do that. You get what is called a 501c3 exemption, which means like you're exempt from paying taxes, essentially. But even to get that sort of status, you need to go through a certain process. There's rules and regulations on how to properly fundraise, how to properly receive donations, what to do with those donations. Yo, there's a lot. So the best suggestion that I can give anyone who is thinking about a nonprofit is get yourself a nonprofit attorney who knows that area well. Like that's all they do, day in and day out.
Right, yeah, absolutely.
That's the advice that I would give, or that's the suggestion that I would give. Any other questions?
You know, I've been wanting to ask you, seeing your process, you know, seeing you going to school back and forth and doing your thing and seeing you now today, you know, in front of me. What sparked you to become a lawyer?
Oh, to become a lawyer?
Yeah, what was that spark? You know what I mean? Because
I grew up in Elmhurst, not even East Elmhurst, but Elmhurst by Newtown. At 16 years old, I just started seeing things go like south for a couple of my friends, you know? I grew up seeing and hearing violence and things of that nature, street shit. But I always had the privilege of having both of my parents in the household, and they both reinforced education. At the time, I thought they were just annoying, you know, whatever.
Right.
But
pretty sure we all did.
At the age of 16, I start seeing like someone's going down the wrong path and how that's affecting them. And because I always hung out with people who were older than me, so I was able to see like ahead if I continued in their footsteps almost, right? So I'm like seeing people like, maybe nope, that's not for me, that's not. And I was like, yo, I need to do something with my life. And I needed to figure out what. 16 years old, I come across this constitutional law class in Forest Hills High School. Shout out to Forest Hills. And the teacher's telling us how like our rights, how we can say like no to a police officer and they don't have the right to search us, and right to privacy. And I was like, oh, word? Well, like, what do you mean, right? And so throughout that, we had to do like a case, and I had to be a lawyer for one of the sides and whatever, and I had to argue. She put me up against two powerhouse, smart women at the time, girls, right? High school girls, they were my classmates, but I was 2 against 1. And I was like all night, just like figuring out my arguments, looking at the fact patterns, boom, and I was like, yo, this is it. You know what I'm saying? But essentially that is how I became interested in becoming an attorney, is just the neighborhood surroundings, seeing things, focusing on things that interest me, and I was really passionate about it and drove, right? That drive.
That's the key.
That's the key.
That's that key.
Yeah. I don't necessarily love the practice of law, but I love the law and I love teaching people the law and the rules. And so now under Trevino Law Firm, I'm like the happiest I've ever been, because I'm doing things on my terms and I'm educating people, right? Opening their eyes and like widening their landscape. And,
right.
And so that to me is priceless, you know? I couldn't do that before, in the years before. It was about billable hours or getting money, or you know what I'm saying? Do this, do that, and just go through the motions. But now it's like education and empowerment, you know, and always working with people of the community. You feel me?
That's one thing that unconsciously we've been doing for so many years. You know, kids an opportunity, and seeing them become amazing barbers, and today barbershop owners.
Yeah.
You know, it's a great feeling, you know, and it was an art that I've been blessed with. My main thing is to give it back, like it's my job.
Yeah.
I had a chance once, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I learned it, and this is the way I want to feed my family.
Right. That's very admirable. I commend you on that.
Thank you.
And I wish you the best of luck. You know what I'm saying with that?
And I thank you for that. I thank you for your education, you know, and thank you for the community, everything you're doing, man. It's awesome.
Thank you.
Really appreciate that. We need you. We need people like you around.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
You guys want to check us out? Check us out on VSExclusive.com, IG VSExclusive1. Come and look good, feel good. Let's get it.
Yo, it's your boy Will Trevino. You already know the deal. Come and check out VS Exclusive here in East Elmhurst. Wilber Vic and his team, always superb. I've been coming here for many years. I know one thing is that you won't regret it. Trust. Peace of luck.